Hi, Henrik Scholde here with Mechanix Menace. In the last videos you have seen me working in the garage, but now I'm back here at the computer. The reason for that is that in the end of November I had shoulder surgery in this left shoulder for impingement and some arthrosis in the AC joint. Physiotherapy went well initially and I could work in the garage, but after a while it started hurting and there are lots of clunking sounds when I move my arm and shoulder. So according to the physiotherapist, I should take it really easy and relax and basically not move the arm at all, which is quite annoying because I felt I got up to speed working in the garage. But yeah, I'm following his orders, so instead I have been working on the computer with some design changes to the car, and let's have a little look at what that's all about. So first, let me start out by saying again that the car model is far from perfect. There are imperfections regarding surfaces and how parts fit to each other, the rendering itself, and so on and so forth. But I will fix all of that when I have finalized the design. Now I'm just working with the lines, so there's no reason to put a lot of effort into making everything super duper perfect, since I might change stuff anyways. But yeah, let's look at what I have done since the last video showing the car design. The stuff that I did like a year ago was working with the door shape, and this is where we left off. The door shut line goes down here below the character line here, the edge of the rocker panel, and this is basically the design of the stock Z car. And I felt that in some views it looks a bit cluttered. It's not as clean as it could be. So what I did is I raised the bottom of the door above this character line, the rocker panel. So I think this gives it a cleaner look, and especially if you look at it from this view, since I have widened basically the rocker panel here, it's like a step out like this, which yeah, doesn't look super duper nice according to me. By raising the shut line up above the rocker panel, I think this part here looks much cleaner and nicer. So this is what I have decided to go forward with. And if you look at this view, another thing that I have been thinking about is that the front and the rear bumper, in this case, they are fully horizontal, but they are at different heights. It doesn't bother me too much, but maybe it would be nicer if they were in line with each other. And I think it's tricky to get a good look, because either the front bumper needs to be raised super high or the rear bumper needs to be lowered quite a bit. So I don't think that will look good from all views. But I have kind of kept that in mind in the upcoming changes I have made. Another thing that I also have looked at a lot is the height of the grill opening. I have experimented back and forth quite a bit, and I have decided that this is a little bit too high for my liking. And especially from this view, I think the changes will be easier to see. So this is how it has been basically during the entire design process. And now I have raised the front bumper a bit to reduce the height of the grille opening. And again, I haven't really finalized the full design. As you see here, you have bottom of the grille opening here, chassis or body color. Here I haven't changed that. I will need to do that, and also I will change the distance between the horizontal grille bars to match the new height of the opening here. In this view, again, we can have a look at the change this does. So yeah, it's not a huge change, but I think this looks a little bit better. And now also the front and the rear bumper are slightly more in line with each other. So this is basically where I left off a year ago. And like I said, due to my shoulder surgery, physiotherapy going a bit backwards, I haven't been working in the garage for the last month, which has been quite annoying since I felt that I got up to speed during my break at Christmas and New Year's from work. But yeah, I got to work on the car design instead. One disadvantage with raising the shut line for the door like this is that I feel that now the rocker panel is a little bit too high. It looks a bit bulky. So what I have done is I have lowered it like this. Now I feel that the car has nice proportions and the car doesn't look as bulky and heavy as with this shape. But after this, I have looked at modern cars, and they often have this character line here to the rocker panel and the shoulder line. They have them angled up towards the rear to get a more aggressive attitude. And like a lot of car design books say, to make it look like a wild animal ready to pounce. So I have tried to incorporate that. This is one of the first attempts where I angled the rocker panel quite aggressively towards the rear, and also I made the shoulder line slope down here towards the front. And maybe you can also see that now I have angled the front and rear bumper so they are in line with each other. Let's go back. This was the previous design, and this is the new one. And I think it looks a bit more aggressive. One disadvantage is that with this quite big slope here, you get the distance from the character line to the shoulder line in the front. This distance is bigger or higher than here, which I don't think looks good. I think the shoulder line should have at least the same slope as the character line to the rocker panel here, but I don't think I can lower it much more here in the front before it starts looking strange, because in that case the distance from the shoulder line up here will be bigger than back here, and that'll look strange. So I made a slight change. I reduced the slope here. In this case the bumper moved up, but yeah, let's not look at that. So this is less extreme regarding the angle here, and I think maybe this looks better. And in order to see these lines a little bit better, I have made the car matte silver. I think it's easier to see all the creases and edges and stuff. And I think maybe it's possible to see that still this distance here is slightly longer than the distance here. And the next step was to further reduce the slope of the rocker and increase the slope of the shoulder line. So now this space here is more or less exactly the same as this, which I think looks quite nice. And also the slope here is not so extreme, so you immediately take notice of it. But I think it's just, yeah, it makes the car looks a little bit more aggressive, and it looks like it wants to go fast. So if we swap back and forth, I think this is a bit too much. I think this is better. And then we compare with the horizontal rocker and shoulder line like this. I think this still looks good. It's more traditional, but maybe this is a bit more aggressive. I haven't really fully decided on which one I like the most. I think I need to let this simmer in my brain for a while, and maybe even not look at the car for a longer period of time, and then come back with fresh eyes and see what my kind of immediate reaction is. And let's have a look at some other angles. I think at this angle you can see, with it sloping forward like this, it really looks a bit more aggressive than this. And another benefit is that the transition here from this rounded edge to the shoulder line down to this part here, where this intersects with the wheel arch, you get like a fairly sharp crease here with kind of the stockish design. And then, with the new design, this crease here is less extreme. I think this looks better. So, so go back and forth. Yeah, I think I like this better from this angle. And from this angle, you can see it as well. Here, the change between the two designs is not as obvious. But from the front here, again, we have the benefit of this crease here being less extreme with the new design with the sloped character and shoulder lines. So basically I have two designs that I need to decide between. And I will of course make minute changes, tweak it back and forth, but I think I will work with these two designs, and then in a while decide which one to go further with. So that is it for today, and as always, thank you for watching, and please, it'll be interesting to hear some comments on what you like and what you don't like. If you have any more suggestions, don't be afraid to tell me. And let's see what the next video will be about. Thank you, and bye.